Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am Gil Francine Carumba Cabanica, a second-year student under the program Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management at Camarines Sur Polytechnic Colleges. So today, we'll be answering questions about the subject Quality Service Management. For the first question, what is quality in service? So there are lots of definitions of quality based on dictionary and many other platforms such as consistency, perfection, speed of delivery, doing it right the first time, and many more. But in my own understanding, when we say quality in service, it is when a guest is fully satisfied by the service that he got from the service provider or the organization. And also, it is quality when the service provider or the organization has not just met the customer expectation but also exceeded it in a delightful way. So lastly, for me, quality in service is that when it created a connection between the service provider and the guest itself. Secondly, I will state a memorable guest service experience that made an emotional impact to me. It is when we visited Sorsogon City and spent a day at Residencia del Hamor Beachfront or Beach Resort at Sorsogon City. So I can say that my experience there made an emotional impact to me because starting when we entered the resort's gate, the security guards escorted us in. And upon arriving, uniformed staff entertained us and we feel valued. They helped us with our things and even offered a welcome drink upon settling down in our cottage. So they are very welcoming and very accommodating. So they serve also a very good food and the staffs are very welcoming. That's it. So for me, that experience made an emotional impact because that makes me want to visit that place again someday. So for the follow-up to question number 2, why does emotional impact matter and how can it contribute to providing quality? So this is based from my own experience. Emotional impact really matters because it is how you know if the service you get is really a quality service. When it showed empathy, where the organization or the company are also able to understand your emotion as a guest or your motivation as a guest. So it surely contributes to providing quality because at the end, basis of quality service is up to the guest. So at the end, it is up to us how we feel about that certain thing that the organization offers or that the service provider offers us. So how we feel about the experience and the services that we've got is based on our own standard also. That is why emotional impact really matters. So for the third question, these standard rooms are available in your locality. The Ritz-Carlton Hotel, which is 10,500 per night, the Holiday Inn, which is 7,000, and the Notel Motel, which is 2,000. So which room is highest in quality and which room is lowest in quality? So this is based on my own explanation. Among the given accommodation sectors, the room with the highest quality is the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, which has the rate of 10,500 per night. And the lowest in quality is the Notel Motel, which has the price of 2,000. It is because expensive or high-priced room often come with more luxurious amenities and services also. The price is equivalent to what it can offer or what you as a guest must expect. So when it offers a high price, expect that it has a high quality also. So while on the other hand, low price hotel rooms are mostly the basic or usual ones, which are commonly located at a less desirable places in a hotel. So as you can see, just like in high price rooms, it has a high quality. Same as well with the low price room, it has a low quality. For the next question, what brings hotel or airline guests come back? So for me, what brings a hotel or airline guest come back is the experience that they've had in the past, which has an emotional impact to them, where they are able to say that they've got a quality service that makes them want to come back to that certain hotel or airline. So another thing is the trust. A trust is a big factor also why the guest return to that certain organization. A trust that they are able to receive what they've expected because the hotel or airline already provided it to them, maybe not just once. So it is the reason why they want to come back to that certain airline or hotel because they trust them or the service provider that they are able to give to the guest what they are expecting or what they need. Next is, for me, if product plus environment plus delivery system is equal to 100 of guest experience, a hotel, restaurant, and airline can divide them to make an emphasis through the proper placement of the workers and employees and a mindset that will ensure guest satisfaction through the product that they are offering or the product that they offer. So also, a practice of guestology. Next is that I think an organization must rank it up according to the process of guest cycle, wherein every part of the composition of guest experience must function well according to the needs of the guest. They must know their responsibility and stay alert for the unexpected things during the encounter with the customer. Let's come to the next, wherein too much of a good thing in the hospitality setting that would describe over-delivering. So how much of a service is too much? My answer to that is, for me, a service that is too much is when the guest already felt uncomfortable to the point that they are starting to get pissed or irritated or annoyed. So it is because the service is being overdue by the service provider, or when the guest felt unpleasingly surprised by it. It is when you know that the service that you are offering is being too much to them. Next is, how does a hospitality manager ensure that the guest expectations are met or exceeded without going overboard? So based on my understanding, a hospitality manager can ensure that the guest expectation is exceeded without going overboard by being sensitive. Being sensitive to the body language of the guest, and also by reminding the staffs under his or her management to not cross the limit to the point of invading the guest's privacy. It is also crucial to ask and communicate with the guest in order to be aware of the service when it is being too much or not. So communication is very important too, because when you communicate to the guest, it is when you will know what they feel. So next question is, how do you define service? And what are the components of a good and bad service? Based on my answer, service is the intangible part of the transaction between the customer and the service provider. It may be an assistance that can make the guest feel valued and understood, and as well as the actions that makes the guest see that the organization really care about providing to them a best experience. So the components of a bad service naman is that it includes delayed or non-responsive interactions. Also, bad temper or attitude of the service provider, and as well as leaving the customer unattended or feel unvalued. This is a very bad service for me because it doesn't show importance to the guest by these actions. Next is the components of a good service, on the other hand, are making the guest feel valued and responding quickly with full interest, and as well as connecting and being empathetic to the guest, and as well as learning to listen and hear customer's side, question, or feedback. So let's come now to the next, which is think of a product, service, or brand to which you are loyal. Why are you loyal to that product, brand, or service? And what did the organization do to acquire your loyalty? And lastly, what has it done to maintain it? So this is a very personal experience. So the product to which I am loyal to is my DU powder, called DU Plus Natural Tawas Powder. So this is the actual product which I am very loyal. So I always look for it in the market because I love the quality. It never let me down, especially on sweaty days such as PE or jogging. So what the organization did to acquire my loyalty is very simple. So they simply provided me with an essential product in my everyday life, and what they did to maintain it is the act of consistency. How was it before? In terms of quality and quantity, they are able to maintain it, most especially the affordable price that it has. So now, for me, the 5 decisions that I need to make if I'm going to start a restaurant is that, first, study and learn about this certain industry in order to gain knowledge on how to properly handle or manage it. So the second one is come up with a plan and think of better objective in starting up the restaurant. It is very important that we have an objective before we start a thing, so that when we are on the process, we can go back with our objective to make sure that we are in the right path. We are staying in the right path. So next, third is visualize success and create mission and vision statements. It is important that when you start a business, you must be positive by it. So you must visualize its success. You must be positive all the time. And as well as, you must have a mission and vision. It is very important. For the fourth is save up money. This is a very important decision if you are going to start a restaurant. You need to save up money and allocate your budget and take the risk of stepping forward into opening a restaurant. So next is fifth, hire right people and employees who are not just working for money, but also working for the people in the business itself. It is very important when you start up a business, you have the right team or people that is willing to work not just for the money, but to provide the quality service for the customers. For the last question, think of any quick service restaurant or fast food that you frequently visit. Take note of as many environmental factors as you can, or at least 5. And then, as a guest, what could be your response to these factors? So, I've chosen Mang Inasal restaurant. Number 1 factor is that they offer unlimited rice. So, the meal is worth the price, and my reaction to that is that I'm very satisfied. Next factor is Filipino cuisines and the theme itself. So, the theme is very relevant, and it's giving a very Filipino style or vibes. And my reaction to it is that I'm very proud of it. Next is that has a free soup. The free soup, it matches the food that they offer. And my reaction to that is that it makes me happy. Fourth factor is that disciplined and well-groomed employees. It gives an assurance to me that they offer clean and quality food. And it makes me feel secured and at ease. So lastly, last factor is that the marketing strategy of the Mang Inasal restaurant. My reaction to it is that it is very nice for me because we all know that Filipino eat a lot of rice. They've come to this incredible idea of offering unlimited rice. It is a very good marketing strategy to encourage the people or para mahikayat yung mga tao to eat there at Mang Inasal restaurant. So that will be all. Thank you so much. Once again, I am Gail Francine Carun Bacabanca, second year Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management at Camarines Sur Polytechnic Colleges.